Hello. Today I'm reading chapter 2, Genesis, the book of Genesis, chapter 2. Thus the heavens and the earth, all that the host of them were finished. And on the seventh day God ended his works which he had done. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made. This is the history of the heavens and the earth when they were created. In the day that Lord God made earth and the heavens, before every plant of the field was in the earth, and before every herb of the field had grown. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain on the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. But a mist went up from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. The Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground Lord God made every tree grow that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life was also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Now a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from there parted and became 4 riverheads. The name of the first was, I'm probably going to butcher this name, Pison. It was one which skirts the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. Now realize some of these names I can't pronounce very good, so you'll hear me pronouncing them horribly. Badom and the onyx stone are there. The name of the second river is Gihon. It is the one which goes around the whole land of Cush. The name of the third river is Hidictlu. It is which goes toward the east of Azar. The fourth river is the Euphrates. Then the Lord God took the man and put him in the garden of Eden to tend and keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. For in that day you eat of it, you shall surely die. And the Lord God said, It is not good that man should be alone. I will make a helper compatible to him. Out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every bird of the air, and brought them to Adam, to see what the world would call them. And wherever Adam called each living creature, that was its name. So Adam gave names to all the cattle, to the birds of the air, and to every beast of the field. But Adam there was not found a helper compatible to him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam, and he slept, and took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh in his place. Then the rib which the Lord God had taken from man, he made into a woman. He brought her to the man, and Adam said, This is bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore a man shall leave his father and mother, and be joined to his wife. They shall become one flesh. And they were both naked, and the man and his wife were not ashamed. Now a lot of people get this mistaken about the fact that, a man is supposed to be submissive to, a woman is supposed to be submissive to a man. But if you read here, it says they become one, which means they work together. They don't work against each other when they become one. When they marry each other, they become one, which means they work together. A lot of people think it means, the man's supposed to, take control, take the reins, make his wife do whatever he wants to. But yet, it says here that they are joined together one flesh, which means they're supposed to work together, not against each other. And the problem is a lot of people misinterpret that, which is unfortunate. And the whole thing about the, tree knowledge of good and evil, God's always testing us. And I think why he put it there, because he wanted to test Adam. He wanted to test Eve too. And they failed the test because Eve listened to the serpent, which will be be in chapter 3, which I'm not there yet, but I believe he put it there to test them, to see how they would do in the test. And unfortunately, Adam and Eve failed. Now, the thing is interesting. Adam named all the animals. And I don't know if Adam knew what the animals were saying for sure from their speech or just by their body language. Because it says that the serpent, tempted Eve. The serpent, I don't know if it was speaking its own language or if it was speaking our language or what, which is an interesting thing to think about. But God created everything. And he gave us, we do have challenges in life that we have to overcome, but if we ask for God's help, he will help us. But as I read through this book, I'll just talk about stuff and just get your thought process going, thinking about things from the Bible. Go, this is a head scratcher. Did Adam actually understand what the animals were saying? Because like I said in chapter 3, when we get there, the serpent talked to Eve. Eve understood what the serpent said. So, and then the other thing I'm always curious about is we look at animals and we go, a lot of people say because they don't have a soul or spirit or whatever, that they're not living. Some people say that. I've heard a lot of people say that. I can't exactly pinpoint which ones. But anyway, I think that entirely not to be true. Because they are living things. They feel pain like we feel pain. I know that they can be sad too. That's another thing I have a question to ask God when I see him. When I go home and see him. Tell us about animals. Because there's a lot of things that I'm just curious and I'd love to have answers to. There's people I've heard say animals are stupid. Yeah, but if you think about too, animals may be stupid, but there are stupid humans too. Really dumb humans. And if you're going to call animals stupid, well, then you should be calling humans stupid too, because there's a bunch of humans that are stupid. But I love that someone did bring up a point that the actual one that first lied, if you think about it, was actually the serpent. The serpent lied to Eve. And he was an animal. He was a snake. So if humans can lie, my question is, does that mean animals can lie too? There's a lot of stuff to put on your mind to think about. Great thing to put in your mind to think about. Keep your focused on that. a lot of questions you want to ask God when you go to heaven. I mean, a lot of good questions to ask Him. They're not necessarily bad ones. They're really good ones. But yes, Adam was the first one that was created by God. Man. Out of God's image. And then Eve came from Adam's rib. And was created. Yeah, there's a lot of things I'm constantly finding in the Word. I continually read it over and over, and I'm constantly running into stuff that I'm going, wow, I did not know that. I constantly learn new stuff. You can constantly learn new stuff in the Word, which is good. But anyway, I'll let you guys go, and I will talk to you later. Bye.